down on my phone, I see Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Slack, LinkedIn. I see all of my financial apps. I see things like transportation, hotels, cars, Google Maps. When you think about it, none of those apps allow you to own your own information or data. So we have really hard choices to make as people building technology, as people innovating, and especially as people teaching young people about what kind of technology they should use in the future. So this is Wechat, right? So more than 1 billion people use Wechat, including quite a few people here in this room today. Wechat and the company that makes Wechat, Tencent, has made a concerted push to get its product into your hands. But what if your government was using that app to monitor every aspect of your daily life? Well, what happens in China is that there are several different models that actually take into account your demographics, your social network, your behavior habits. Basically, how loyal are you to the government? And that goes into your score. So this one version called Sesame Score rates you between 350 to 950. So if you want fast internet, if you want to get good rates on loans, if you want to be able to go on a train or plane or leave the country or get a visa, you have to have a good score. So really, when we're thinking about the technology we're building, we have to make sure we build it in a way that doesn't happen to us too. The author of Sapiens, Yuval Noah Harari, has said that if you dislike the idea of living in a digital dictatorship, then the most important contribution you can make is to find ways to prevent too much data from being concentrated in too few hands. He says this is the only way we can safeguard our democracy. So again, we really need to think about the way we're building technology and how we can bake in freedom concepts. Now here's where I'm going to start talking to you about Bitcoin. Until Bitcoin, there was no way to globally transact without a third party. This is unstoppable money, and that's its key value proposition, is a transaction, in this case, that contains value, and we can do it in a way that no government can censor and no bank can freeze. And this, of course, is important for people who are disenfranchised. Now, when it comes to these big questions, will the unbanked ever have bank accounts? Or will they leapfrog to crypto wallets? I think this is something that you all need to think about, especially in banking. Think about in Nigeria how Bitcoin has transformed remittances and access to foreign capital. You've got to look at this data, this massive amount of money being moved around without anybody in the middle, without somebody in charge. In Zimbabwe, again, Bitcoin can be a store of value in a place that has a chaotic economy. And there's companies that are based here in Africa, like BitPesa, that use Bitcoin as a medium to transfer cash across borders. So whether or not you need it, there are other people who do need this sort of thing, and the popularity will grow. I want to talk to you about another really interesting technology. There's a company called Gotenna that basically makes a device that's about the size of a clicker or a pager, and it allows you to send and receive Bitcoin transactions without access to the internet. So that's pretty revolutionary. So basically, you can take these Gotenna devices and you can string them up to 4 miles away from each other. Basically, what you could do is you could start building a network in a city that's entirely decentralized, where you've taken the power of internet access and access to send and receive money out of the hands of your internet service provider. So look at these. These are very exciting. People are going to make a lot of money investing in this in the next few years, in the next few decades. I think this is where you want to be. You want some of your company, you want some of your creative energies to be thinking about what I would call these anti-authoritarian technologies. And if we don't take this opportunity, if we don't explore and invest in decentralized technology, the Wechat model is going to win. It's already winning. It's almost inevitable unless we stand up for our rights and stop it.